Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Imran Riaz Khan to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Imran Riaz Khan's words. In Panjnad, in just 5 hours, the water level has increased by more than 100,000 cusecs. Currently, a flow of more than 600,000 cusecs is passing through Panjnad. In Het Ganda Singh, the water levels are continuously increasing. Although the rains have stopped in India, the water flow from the rivers has not stopped. The news is that more rains are expected in India in the coming days. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, the forecast is for heavy, stormy rains in the next 2 to 3 days. Most districts in Pakistan will be affected by these rains. These rains will occur between the 9th and 10th of September. So the situation remains critical, and we might face a major challenge, God forbid. Now I will share some details with you. In Multan, an emergency has been imposed. The different barriers that were blocking water in Jalalpur Pilwala have been breached. As a result, dozens of villages and settlements have been submerged. The entire area of Pir Mahal is flooded. From the aerial view of the surroundings of Multan taken by the media, it is clear that all the areas are submerged and an emergency has been declared. The Punjab government has advised people to avoid travelling to those areas and to follow the administrative instructions. Announcements have been made in mosques because, before this, no one had anticipated that this area would be flooded. But the water is coming with such intensity that it could not be controlled. The same thing has happened in India, where there has been massive destruction. India also released water from the Sutlej River and issued warnings regarding the rising water levels. They keep issuing warnings and releasing water. While India also faced a huge calamity, the human and livestock losses in Pakistan have been significant. In fact, many dead bodies of livestock have been seen flowing from India into Pakistan. Reports also suggest that some dead human bodies have reached Pakistan from the Indian side of the river. Ahsan Iqbal, who is really known for his long-term planning and, discussions, actually admitted that the flood has pushed us back by 30 years. This is what Ahsan Iqbal is saying. Now, it seems like he is saying that the flood has wiped out 30 years of our hard work. The flood has destroyed roads, paths, bridges and villages. Ahsan Iqbal has stated that the flood has devastated everything. Then he mentioned another point, that India has taken revenge on us. Look at the destruction in India. It's more severe than in Pakistan. Indian farmers have been more affected than Pakistani farmers. Their villages and crops have been destroyed, and the loss of livestock has been massive. The loss of life in India is also substantial. So, India has faced its own loss, and we have faced ours. You can't say it's just one-sided. Pakistan's Defence Minister, Khawaja Asif himself, has acknowledged this. Now, you can't blame India for everything. The settlements built on river paths in India have blocked the natural flow of water, which caused the disaster. It was inevitable that water would change its course and create havoc. The devastation in India has been greater. Pakistan by itself seems to have invited this calamity due to bad governance and poor planning. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, India is experiencing heavy rains, but they had no warning or time to prepare. However, in Pakistan, we were alerted beforehand about the impending flood. Despite that, we were unable to minimize the damage to our livestock and people. This is an admission from Ahsan Iqbal regarding bad governance. Now he will blame everything on the flood, the upcoming inflation, unemployment, poverty, and the troubles ahead. Ahsan Iqbal has attributed all these issues to the flood. Bangladesh has faced severe floods many times, but they never said they were set back by 30 to 40 years. They rise again, rebuild, and after 2 years, no one even remembers that they faced a disaster. If you compare India to Pakistan, the situation is quite similar. The same floods that came to Pakistan have affected India as well. But no one in India is saying they've been set back by 30 years. In India, within 1 to 2 years, everything will be normalized. But in Pakistan, since the government leaves the people to deal with the aftermath, the recovery is much slower. Things don't improve quickly here. That's why excuses are made. We were devastated by the floods, otherwise we were on our way to becoming Switzerland. Let me remind you, the current food crisis involving sugar, wheat and rice existed before the flood. The wheat crisis, where Pakistanis were taken advantage of, especially the farmers, occurred before the flood. The sugar scandal happened before the flood, and the current rice crisis is also because of them. These are all they're doing. So Ahsan Iqbal says that the flood has set us back by 30 years. But this is an unfounded claim. If the government had planned properly and made efforts, providing subsidies and utilizing all resources, there would have been no reason why Pakistanis, who are very hard-working, couldn't have overcome this situation. Look at how India handles it. Look at how other countries that face floods recover. Bangladesh, for example, also faces floods and they recover quickly, but in Pakistan it seems like this government has taken this as an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another interesting piece of news. Akbar Bajwa has shared a video where some Pakistani farmers are seen standing, and behind them there is a bidi, which is like a boat, just floating on the water. They are explaining that they had gone to the Indian side and brought back fodder. The person asking them questions is surprised and asks, "You went to India for fodder?" They confirm that they did. They have brought the animals, and they didn't refuse you. He says no, they didn't refuse. They said, "Look, if your animals can survive from this, you can cut it and take it. The fodder that is available on the edges of our piles of dung, you can cut that and take it for your animals." He says they didn't refuse us. In fact, they are very good people. They gave us permission, saying that there is a difficulty, a problem. If they are Pakistanis, so what? Their animals are dying. They said they haven't received any assistance from the government, nor anything from the Pakistan side. They go to the Indian side, cut the fodder and bring it back. He asked, "Does the BSF stop you?" And they said, "They understand our necessity. They say if you can survive like this, you can take it. So we go, cut it and bring it back." This is a great gesture. And look, people on both sides of the border live similarly. The good thing is that as humans, saving each other's animals and human lives is very important. There have been many instances where people on both sides have saved each other's lives in times of calamity. When the farmers showed this, the video became very powerful, demonstrating that if there is peace, and neighbours live with love and affection without causing mischief, and if major issues are resolved, there is great potential for progress in this situation. Now let me tell you one more thing. The rescue operation is currently the most prominent institution that is being recognised. If rescue isn't used for TikTok purposes, I've said before that the most active organisation in saving people is rescue. If you compare all the organisations in Pakistan, rescue stands out alone for its work. This organisation was created by Parvez Elahi. However, Shahbaz Sharif took revenge on rescue's institution through two organisations. Parvez Elahi had created the traffic wardens and Rescue 1122. Shahbaz Sharif took revenge on both of these. For years, they didn't raise their salaries and made things difficult for them. They protested, even cried, and were beaten as Parvez Elahi's influence was on them. They didn't want to let it run. Then, Shahbaz Sharif messed with Rescue 1122 to such an extent that I have information about it. If you see here, these are advertisements that were printed in newspapers, and they say, "Donate to Rescue 1122 to save lives." This organisation, which was supposed to be donation-based, was turned into this. The National Bank of Pakistan's PCSR branch in Lahore, near FC College, where I used to study and go for lunch, started a fund for emergency services where people could deposit money. So during Shahbaz Sharif's time, Rescue 1122 was even funded by donations. When the PTI government came, they expanded it to every district. Parvez Elahi came back, became the Speaker of the Punjab Assembly, and Usman Buzdar became the Chief Minister. Since it was Parvez Elahi's project, it was left behind for a while, but then they revived it and expanded it throughout the districts. Today, Rescue 1122 is functioning in the way it was during Parvez Elahi's time and Usman Buzdar's tenure. Now, if Mariam Nawaz stops her ticket, and after that the rescue workers are gathered and videos are made, if these things are stopped, I hope they will be able to work more effectively, without pressure. There is another news related to environmental damage. In Lahore, we protested many times and requested, but the Sharif family never accepted it. They have cut trees recklessly in Lahore. If you see the report by Dawn, during Shahbaz Sharif's time, billions of rupees worth of mega projects in Lahore led to the cutting of thousands of trees. These were old, big trees, some 50 to 70 years old, and some were large enough to supply oxygen to 36 children. They cut around 5,000 trees to widen roads or for small projects. There was a large protest in Lahore, but they suppressed it using the police. They claimed that they would plant many trees, but we saw that no trees were planted in Lahore, and they didn't do any work. Now, the effects of this environmental change are visible. In Lahore, when smog comes in the winters, you can't stay there. The rains are weird, and the weather is unpredictable. Summers are unbearable due to the intense heat waves, so the time for living in Lahore is getting shorter every year. I was reading a research paper about it. The air quality index in Lahore is so bad during winter that the life expectancy of people living there decreases. These are the conditions. Now let's move on to some political news. Imran Khan has made some decisions, and 3 of them stand out, showing where Imran Khan stands today. The first decision is that in Lahore, a man who was sentenced by a military court, Mian Akram Usman, who is also the son-in-law of Mian Mahmud Rashid, has been appointed as the president of Lahore. Before him, Sheikh Imtiaz did an excellent job under difficult circumstances as the president of Lahore. Now, Mian Akram Usman is facing a big test, but this shows that Imran Khan is in aggressive mode. He brought someone who had been sentenced by a military court and made him the president of Lahore. Secondly, he fully supported the strike on 8th September in Balochistan and called for protests in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Imran Khan has strongly taken the stance that they will fully support the protest led by Akhtar Mengal and others. Thirdly, he nominated Irfan Salim for the Senate seat, where Shibli Faraz was removed. These actions show that Imran Khan is not backing down from his stance. The establishment's wishes are not being fulfilled at the moment. Imran Khan, right now, is imprisoned in the Al-Qadir Trust case. Let me briefly explain why he is in jail. Imran Khan is serving a sentence in the Al-Qadir Trust case. He was sentenced in this case and is currently serving his time in jail for it. However, in the cases related to 9th May, he has been granted bail. In the ongoing case in court, he hasn't been arrested yet. The Toshakhana case is also being fast-tracked. They are speeding up the trial process there to ensure that Imran Khan is sentenced in that case too. If he's granted bail in the Al-Qadir case and a sentence is handed down in the Toshakhana case, even if he is released in the Al-Qadir case, he will still have to serve time in Toshakhana. The system is working hard to keep Imran Khan inside, and his life is at risk. People talk about it frequently. The Sharif family has made certain conditions for an extension, and these things will soon be revealed. Alia Hamza Sahiba has made a decision regarding the 9th September protest. She called for all the stakeholders from Punjab's Provincial Assembly and ticket holders from Western Punjab to gather at Adiala Jail on September 9th, 1 p.m, for a protest outside the jail. Now, if the Toshakhana case goes to court, the situation there remains uncertain. But Imran Khan's lawyers believe that before he gets released from jail, they will try to sentence him in Toshakhana to keep him inside, even if the Al-Qadir case is decided in his favour. We'll see what happens. That wraps up our translation of Imran Riaz Khan's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.